Hey, what's up, you guys? This is ZBT Jose coming back at you with another deck profile. Today we played something a little weird. We played branded ELDLICH. This is my weird take on it. Like, I know some of the ratios are going to be off. But without further ado, let's get into the video. We're going to do engine first, like different engines. So it's not going to be your typical deck profile. We got 2 Alibur Gesture Despia. We got 2 Fallen Valbaz, 3 Branded Fusion, and the 1 of Branded in Red. Focus. Hello? The Branded in Red is for Guardian Chimera specifically. Really strong when you can, on your opponent's turn, break their board and draw 2 cards. Or, destroy 2 monsters and draw a card. The Branded Fusion, broken. Always summon Alibur even if you have Branded Fusion. Never lead with Branded Fusion. It should be your last thing you do. Normal summon the Alibur. The Albaz is mainly for like recycle purposes. Mainly you banish one of them. So the other one is good for further extension. And then for the ELDLICH engine, we are running, I'm going to do it like this. We're running 2 Golden Lords, 2 Cursed Outlands, 3 Scarlet Sanguines, 3 Conks, and 3 Hakeros, and the 1 of Golden Land Forever. This is super strong because we're playing another engine. We're playing the Zombie World engine where you can turn any of your monsters into zombies, and you don't really care if your monsters are zombies. Branded doesn't care the monster typing, so everything can be zombies, but more than likely your opponents care what typing they are. So, yep, this ratio is really good. I see a lot of people cutting one of these, but in the grind game, Hakero is so important. Also, banishing cards out of your opponent's graveyard is so good, especially if they're very graveyard reliant. The 2 of Cursed Outland, I'll probably bump this up to 3 next time. I did really miss it in games where I didn't see it at all. But yeah, the Golden Lord, before I move on, the Golden Lord you usually send off of Branded Fusion so you can get this into the graveyard as fast as possible. So it, makes all your ELDLICH stuff online and makes all of your branded stuff go through. Next, the other package we're running is the 1 Zombie World, the 1 Necro World Banshee, and the 1 Doom King Ballardrock. I never ended up summoning this or utilizing Ballardrock. In theory, it was just going to be like running a DPE, but it never came up. Let's see. This you also send off of Branded Fusion. Like, let's say your ELDLICH stuff is already online, you can send this your first turn with Branded Fusion, banish this, and then activate the Zombie World. Very strong. Next, hand traps. This is going to be weird. It's an ELDLICH deck, but yes, you want to run hand traps because with this kind of version, it's a little glass cannon-y, but you also want to stop your opponent as much as possible. We're playing 2 Nibiru, sorry. 3 Ash, 2 Skullmeisters. This should be Ghost Bells. I don't own Ghost Bells, and I was borrowing them for the tournament. But these are 2 Ghost Bells. The 1 of DD Crow. You can bump this up because it's really good against ELDLICH. I didn't go against any, or not ELDLICH. It's really good against, well, yeah, ELDLICH, but really good against Branded. Banish just any target they have in their graveyard for the Branded in Red. You can bump this up. I like this ratio right now because my locals is very synchro heavy, but not the synchro that you think of. It's very like We got 2 VW decks. We got a Speedroid deck, which actually slaps hard. And then we got like some Cyber Dragons and some other nonsense. So this in my local is not really needed, but it is good to have. Next, for the floodgates, it wouldn't be an ELDLICH deck without its floodgates. So we are running 3 skill drain. I usually fall back on this, so I will activate all of my interactive back row, other floodgates like Mirror Jade to banish, and then I'll end on this, and it'll usually hose them. The 3 of Anti-Spell Fragrance. You don't care if your spells go off because you can wait. Like, you can grind forever. So you don't care if your spells have to get set first. More than likely, your opponent it's going to hurt your opponent way more than it'll hurt you. Also, you can turn it off with Golden Lord. Same with the skill drain. You can always turn it off. And same with Summon Limit. We played 3 of Summon Limit. This card is broken, especially at my locals. There is a lot of combo. Like I said, there's not really a branded, a heavy branded Albaz showing at my locals. Like, this wouldn't do anything against branded Despia, but against anything else, Summon Limit hoses them. Wait till they commit their second summon, flip this over, because this remembers. So it'll take into account their first 2 summons, and that's all they got. So really cool. Also, you're summoning on your opponent's turn, like you're summoning your Golden Lord from the deck with Sanguine. You're summoning like a Guardian Chimera or any other branded card like on your opponent's turn. So that's super strong. Now for the extra deck. We are running 2 Mirror Jade. I went to 2 Mirror Jade a lot, so I suggest keeping this at 2. 2 Lubellion. I would cut this down to 1. There was a time where this got impermed, so, you know, it wasn't the greatest. Or I think got Effect Failure or something like that. But the second one came in handy in that game. But if you only have the 1, or if you only want to run 1 for like another flex spot, this would be your other flex spot. 2 Albion. I think I would also cut this down to 1, but there was a time where I was sending it off of the Mirror Jade to set the branded in red, because usually you can't get the branded in red in your first turn because this gets banished. And I'll show you like a little combo you can do. But this usually gets banished your first turn, so it won't meet the requirements. Then we are running 1 of Guardian Chimera. And that's it for your branded-ish cards. I consider this a branded card. Honestly, branded put this card on the map. It's super strong. And then for the Super Poly targets, the ELDLICH, the Mad Golden Lord, you can actually make this in the deck. And if you have Zombie World up, it's so much better. Because if you have Zombie World, you can Super Poly your ELDLICH, the Golden Lord, or any of your ELDLICH trap cards that are already special summoned. And then Super Poly one of your opponent's monsters, because they'll be zombies, because it's just a level 5 or higher zombie. So like any extra deck monster that your opponent has as troublesome that is now a zombie because you have Zombie World up, you can just Super Poly into this, and it's really hard to get around. The Starving Venom Dragon, I never really went into this at all, but it's a Super Poly target nonetheless. Other Super Poly targets are Despian Quertus, Masquerade the Blazing Dragon. I could have went into this a lot, but I just got the card the day before, and I forgot I owned it. So every time I would go after the games and like organizing my extra deck to go into the next game, I would see this, and I'm like, oh, why didn't I play this? It would have been so good, especially against combo decks, which are heavy at my locals. We run the 1 Entis because you can send it off of the Mirror Jade for another interruption. Super strong. And then the one Lina, the one the Dark Charmer, and the Vampire Sucker. Probably cut the Vampire Sucker. I made it once and it got ran over immediately, so and it's not good enough to keep. The Dark Charmer and the Lina are super good. Because when they're destroyed, they just revive back an Outlish monster, revive back a fusion monster. You know, your Mirror Jade or your Albion or like Guardian Chimera or any of your other like super poly targets. It just revives them. So really cool. The side deck is also a little awkward. I'm really bad at side decking, so this is just what kind of worked at my locals. 3 Drone and Lockbird. Like I said, my locals is very combo heavy. So, you know, gotta hit them where it hurts. 3 Super Poly. Very good going second. I never really wanted to see it going first at all. Because it also loses you card advantage, but they can interact with it, which is cool. 2 Judgment. I only own 2. Big step up from my, I think it was my Machina control deck where I only had 1 and then I was running the 2 bribes. I now have 2. I would bump this up to 3, but we only have 2. And then 2 of Evenly Matched. I'm really good at drawing 1-ofs and 2-ofs in my deck. That's why you will notice a lot of things are 1-ofs or 2-ofs. I'm really good at drawing them. I don't know why. It's a blessing and a curse at the same time. But 2 Evenly Matched. I only own 2. I used to own 1. Now I own 2. So, you know, run what you can. 2D Barrier. Like I said, I was expecting to see Branded a lot too. So this could shut down fusions. Also, you know, I play against a lot of synchro decks. Just call synchro. Usually they'll pivot to their Xyz, like VW will pivot to their Xyz monsters, but those are a lot weaker in comparison. And then my favorite card ever, especially if you're running a trap deck, Witch's Strike. This card is nuts. Everybody just thinks they can hand trap you and negate your effects willy-nilly until you pull this out. Then they're freaking scared. Honestly, I might run this in the main, especially if they don't know what I'm playing. Like if they think that I'm just playing pure branded and I'm going second, like I might just main this, honestly. It's such a great card. And no one ever sees it coming. So yeah, that is the deck profile. Let me know what you guys think. And, oh wait, where'd he go? Bam. Who would have thought these 2 guys would be making it in, focus, focus, focus. Anyways, that's the end of the video, who cares? Who would have thought these guys would be making it in 2022? Oh, let me tell you my record. So I went 2-2 this time. I would have went 3-1, but I kept missing like Scarlet Sanguine and face triggers. But if I didn't forget all of my Sanguine triggers in the end phase, my 3rd game, I would have went 3-1. I played my first round against a Outlich mirror, except it was pure Outlich. Eventually, he just, you know, outgrinded me, so, you know, we did what we could. But the second game was against... Man, this happened like 2 days ago, so I'm trying to remember. I think my second game was against... Speedroids? No, what was it? Oh man, this is gonna haunt me. Anyways, I went against a Cyber Dragon deck, which I won that one 2-0. The ELDLICH one went 2-1, which I lost. And then, oh my gosh, the middle matches are going to kill me. I don't remember what I played. Whatever, maybe not important. But anyways, if you liked the video, leave a like, comment what you think. I know most people don't play Aliber in the Trap ELDLICH build, but I like Aliber a lot. Also, he's very expensive, and I ended up pulling a playset after I already bought a playset. So, we're making good use of it. But yeah, turn on the post notification bell if you want to see more. I know I haven't posted in a while, been extremely busy, but yeah, we'll see you in the next one. Bye.